Hey guys, welcome back. Now, let's be honest, bear markets can be tough, and it's really not nice seeing your investments go down, let alone go down by 50, 60, 70% or more. And interestingly, during a crash, it actually triggers the same part of the brain that's responsible for fight or flight, as if we were under attack. So seriously, not nice. Now, with the crypto bear market in full swing and Jerome Powell looking like he won't be pulling back on the interest rate hikes anytime soon, the big question for this video is how far can the crypto market fall? And we'll be looking at three main price targets, and we'll go through each starting from best case scenario down to worst case scenario. But just remember the difference between possible and probable. Just because I mention a price target is possible, it doesn't mean it's likely to happen. As always, if you do enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, and a big thank you to everyone who does. Okay, first up, starting with the best case scenario, let's take a look at the first price target, which could signal the bottom of this crypto bear market. And so the first price target that I have is $25,000 for Bitcoin, which, as you'll know, was already hit. So essentially what I'm saying is that the bottom has already been hit and it won't be going any lower from here. So this is a Bitcoin price chart, and this was the all-time high here set in November last year. We had a series of drops and we then went into this bear flag pattern, which then broke down, and this line here is the key level of support around the $30,000 mark. Now, for this 25,000 to have already been hit and mark the bottom, I would say that all the news and developments going on around the world would have to fall in the right place. If the war in Europe suddenly clears up, the big ones are inflation. If inflation suddenly begins dropping, so the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, wouldn't have to raise interest rates anymore, then we would definitely start to see things picking up for sure. And you can see just how strong this $30,000 mark for Bitcoin is. Look at the battle between the bulls and the bears going on around this mark. So this 30,000 is a very strong level, and you can see it's been hit a number of times going back to January 2021. So this really would be best case scenario. If everything fell in the right place, then we could have already seen the bottom here. So the next big price target I think we could hit is this line here, and this is around the $20,000 mark for Bitcoin. And why has this line been drawn here? Well, it's a very significant price point as it marks the top of the last big bull run, which ended 2018. And if you remember the fierce battle that I talked about going on around this 30,000 mark, there is going to be significantly more buying pressure if it ever hits $20,000. So it wouldn't actually surprise me if it did flash crash down to this level. And I think out of the three scenarios, this one would be the most likely. I couldn't really see it falling much further past 20,000. So out of the three, I'd say it's probably the most likely, as I think inflation will continue, and I think Fed Chair Jerome Powell will probably have to do at least another rate hike. But as mentioned, I do think this is going to be a significantly strong support level, and you will see some serious buying going on around this level. And let's now finish with the worst case scenario. How low do I think crypto could possibly go? Well, the first thing is, how did I get to this 12,000 mark? Well, here is the last peak in 2018, And if it does break below this 20,000, then where is the strongest level of support from there? Now, I've heard some people say that it's around the 13,000 mark, but you want to try and touch on as many of these points as possible, as these are the levels that's been hit many times in the past, and so more likely to be hit in the future. So if I was going to draw it, it would be something like this. Now, as you can see, it gets hit here, 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 gets hit in there, 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 and there. So I think it's a much stronger level of support, and this is around the 12,000 mark. And the other reason why I think this could potentially be hit has to do again with the last big blow off top and big crash. So let's just zoom in to the 2018 bubble bust and take a look at what happened. So if we measure from peak all the way to trough, then this gives us, it's approximately about 84% down, 84.67. So that was total crash from peak to trough. Now, if history were to repeat, so let's now just scroll back to where we are now. And if history were to repeat and we measure it all the way from peak to 84% down would be 81, 2, 3, and 4. Well, this says about 11,000. So this is, as you can see, pretty close to this level. So 84% has been done in the past. So there's nothing to say that it couldn't be done again. So I would say this would be the very worst case scenario. Now, just my personal opinion, if I was going to rank them when it came to probability, I'd say it's probably more likely that the bottom would be around the 20,000, then followed by that we've already seen the bottom, and I'll say the least likely, in my opinion, would be this 12,000 range. I just think the crypto market, how it's evolved now, is very different from 2018. However, remember, it doesn't mean that it isn't possible. It's done it in the past, and it could do it again. Being brutally honest, bear markets can be tough, and the truth is that things could be getting much worse. Bitcoin at around $30,000 isn't that bad. It certainly isn't a blood in the streets moment just yet. We looked at 3 main price targets, and if all the news and developments fall the right way, so if the war in Europe suddenly ends early, the supply chains get sorted, inflation suddenly drops, or the Fed says no more rate hikes, then we could have already seen the bottom in the crypto market. Unfortunately, I don't think this is the most likely scenario. I think inflation probably will continue. The Fed will probably do more rate hikes, meaning the S&P could finally drop below that 20% mark, giving a true bear market, which means crypto would then probably overreact and we could see a bigger leg down. Now, the worst case scenario is if all the news and developments fall the wrong way, and this way the S&P could be going down 30 to 50%, and this means that Bitcoin could be going down 85% again like it did in 2019. Now, that would be a true blood in the street scenario. However, it would give a once-in-a-lifetime buying opportunity for anyone with any cash left and a large set of kahunas. So there you are, guys. That's my take. Let me know your thoughts below. In a couple of days, I'll cover why I don't think the bottom is in just yet and why I think a bigger crash is still likely to come. But for now, just to say, if you did enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, and a big thank you to everyone who does. If you haven't yet subscribed, click below and join us. Got some great videos coming up that you don't want to miss. Okay, cheers guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.